Hello everyone, Mr. Nacho here. Today I wanted to bring you a build with the Starkiller. Finally something that works with this gun. I have been having quite a lot of success with this, and also I will mention a few things regarding the new DLC, how to best prepare for it and what to do before the DLC drops. So let's start with the build. The build looks like this. You want to go Hunter as your main archetype with the Hunter's Shroud. The secondary you want to go with Gunslinger and the Bulletstorm. The Bulletstorm gives us an extremely powerful ability which makes our gun fully automatic, which we'll get to in a second. When it comes to the armor, I'm rocking Navigator's Helm, Labyrinth Mantle, Labyrinth Treads and Labyrinth Gauntlets. To be able to run all of them and have the 50 weight, I had to invest 1 point into Strong Back, and I think that it's worth it just for the drip itself. I think it looks awesome. When it comes to the relic, I'm using the Tranquil Heart just because I like it the most, but this is personal preference. With ranged crit damage, ranged crit chance and ranged damage, you can go with weak spot damage or fire rate, but I've had the most luck with the ranged damage simply because it's the most universal. When it comes to the gun itself, with this exact setup, you'll be getting the most DPS, which is just slap on momentum and stack as much fire rate as you can. You can also go with the new mutators. The ones that I would recommend is top heavy. It increases the weapon's range damage and weak spot damage based on how close you are to full capacity of the clip. You can also go with bottom heavy to increase the fire rate and the reload speed, so you can proc the Hunter's Shroud more often and that you'll be able to utilize it better. And you can also go with the Twisting Wounds, so you can enable the Abrasive Whetstone. This is an incredibly potent way to play with this gun as well, but the way that I chose and the way that will give you the most DPS, even though they are all comparable, is going with the Gunslinger's Charm, which increases our fire rate and reload speed, and by slapping on momentum so that we can keep the stacks going. Then we want to go with the Xania's Malice if the boss has a weak spot, and if it doesn't, then you just want to go with the Burden of the Gambler. Then we have Probability Chord because we have enough crit chance to make it work. Then we have Akari Warband for even more crit chance and crit damage. And then we have the Burden of the Destroyer because it increases all damage by 15% and it reduces the ideal range for all firearms by 25%. But we already have 30 meters on this one, plus 6 meters from Hunter, from the long shot trait, so we'll be able to engage any enemy at any distance and not have to feel the penalty at all. When it comes to melee, I've been just testing the new Shocker mutator, but you are able to go with anything that you'd like. For the secondary, I recommend Enigma simply because you can deal with mobs and a lot of different things that the game will throw at you. It's just good for crowd control situations and whenever there are multiple mobs. However, the main gun, the Starkiller, also has penetrating shots, so whenever the enemies are lined up, you'll be able to easily just go through them and clear the packs with the gun itself. So you basically have all of the situations covered. Anything that the game can throw at you, this build can handle extremely well. When it comes to the traits, we are using Triage, Regrowth, Fortify, just to be as tanky as possible, Strong Back 1 point to be able to rock the drip, Vigor for more tankiness, Expertise to reduce the skill cooldowns because we rely on the Bulletstorm to have our DPS window, Glutton, so we will use all of the injectables faster, and we will be using the relics to prolong the Hunter's Shroud if we cannot hit the weak spots, and we also will use the rocket fuel from time to time and Ambit Ember. Just a lot of different consumables that you can use that will make your life easier. And the last trait is Fitness, 7 points, increases evade distance by 21%. This is easier to proc the Akari Warband with, so it's just a good investment and it will get you out of a lot of different situations, so you can reposition and just go back to DPSing. Let's just do a quick test on how the weapon performs. So we will be using the Needle, the ability, and then the Bulletstorm, and let's go. As you can see, we are about 4000 DPS, which is extremely good for any weapon, so I don't know why people are saying that the Starkiller is bad. With the Shroud and the Bulletstorm active, this gun is extremely potent and you can deal a lot of damage. When it comes to the mod, We don't use the mod very often. We can sometimes use it to keep the boss sucked in and stuck in place because it does have some CC capabilities, but in general you'll be losing damage whenever you use it. It's just an, let's say, comedic effect to just have the boss stuck in place rather than the DPS. It's just not very powerful at the moment, and we are not built for mod damage or mod generation, so we'll just be focusing on this just the same as with the Alpha Omega. Just make it usable as a gun and not worry about the mod at all. We'll get to the showcase very quickly, and right now I just wanted to talk about the upcoming DLC. So there are a few things that you want to do before the DLC drops. First of all, you want to stock up on as many crafting materials as you can, simply because the new weapons will drop and you want to be able to test them as soon as possible, so you'll need to upgrade them, and then for this you just need the upgrade materials. When it comes to farming Luminite, you just want to go to the Fractured Ingress, which is where we are right now. Let me just show you. You want to go to Fractured Ingress and you want to make your way up those stairs. There will always be an elite right here that will drop Luminite, some scrap and some other materials. Yeah, you just basically want to use the door that's right there that will take you to one of the locations. It can be Nerud, Lawson or Yesha, I don't really know. And then you just want to come back, and then the elite will spawn again. You want to kill it, go back through the door, and then just reset it so the elite will just keep spawning. It's right here. If you can kill it efficiently, you'll be able to drop a lot of crafting materials and some scrap. So you just want to kill it, go back through the door and come back here, and it will just keep respawning, so you can have infinite materials, and as long as you are willing to farm it, then it will just be here and it will keep respawning. When it comes to farming corrupted Luminite, I hope that you have some after the event with the aberrations that just ended. If not, then you can just keep playing through the game normally until you find some aberrations. They will be plenty, and you can farm the corrupted Luminite pretty easily. I hope that there are some guides online how you can do it, but in general the corrupted Luminite might not be as useful as the regular Luminite, because I haven't seen information anywhere that they are about to add new mutators, because they just did. I know that they will add new weapons, new outfits and a new class, new archetype really. So this is what you want to have. What you want to have also is you want to have the scholar trait unlocked, so you can boost your new class as soon as possible to level 10. You also want to stock up on some Mud-Tooth elixirs that will also increase your experience gains with the new class, and also you want to farm and get the Sage Stone that will also increase the experience gained for the new class. You also want to unlock the Explorer class, so you want to finish the game at least once, simply because the Explorer has the ability Fortune Hunter. The Fortune Hunter will highlight all of the treasures and special items within 40 meters. You can increase this range with either amplitude or resonance. I'm not entirely sure which one it is. And you can decrease the cooldowns, you can increase the duration with different rings. This will be the best to find the new items in the new map. So you want to unlock the Explorer, and the way you unlock the Explorer is you need to finish the game at least once on any difficulty. The next thing that you want to do is you want to complete Yesha on hardcore on any difficulty, I think, to unlock the Ahane Crystal, simply because this does additional damage for each status effect that target is suffering from, and the new class will be dot focused, so it will deal increased damage over time, and the way that you deal damage over time is by applying status effects, so this will synergize with the new class extremely well. You want to have it before the DLC drops. It's just an extremely powerful ring even now, and I just highly recommend it. And just remember, if you are missing any crafting materials like Simulacrum or any iron or the Luminite or corrupted Luminite, you can always just go to the Discord that will be in the description below. There will be a channel that you can ask for anything that you need, and there are a lot of people that are willing to help. They will be hosting shops that you can buy stuff from, and just in case you have any problems, just write there, and there will be people that will help you. Alright, so this is all for the information about the upcoming DLC. I am very excited for it, and it's only 11 more days until the DLC drops. It is priced at $10 US, so this is not an extremely expensive one. It's actually reasonably priced. and it will be an expansion that will add new territories to the Lawsome world. So you will be able to roll the entirety of the new DLC just once, so you will only get the new DLC area, but after that it will just be the part of normal rotation, so whenever you run Lawsome you'll have a chance to get the areas from the new DLC. So the first run through will be the most important one, because then you will be able to get the most materials, new weapons and new encounters. So I highly recommend running the Explorer with the Fortune Hunter ability. That is really all that there is to do to prepare for the new DLC. Let me just now show you some clips of the fights that I've had with the Starkiller. Sorry that it took so long to explain everything. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you will enjoy the clips, and have a great day.